Hi, my name's Keith and I'm known as the Florida Stone Man, and today I'm going to be teaching about what crystals really do and how crystals really work. This is an important video. I've talked about this before in the past, but I'll be talking about it again in the future. So, crystals really do not work how we think they work at all. At all. So basically, that's why crystals work differently for everyone. It's because that's why humans can't figure out crystals or gemstones. Let me talk to you about the origins of how we know about crystals on planet Earth. We know about, and this is going to freak some people out, but God has this happen for a reason. Everything God does or lets happen has fully happened for a reason. So, in the Garden of Eden, when, and be like, why couldn't have God gotten rid of the snake? Because he was making things happen. If Adam and Eve didn't basically talk to the snake, we would not get to heaven right now. Let's just say that. So we would not have gotten to heaven without the snake in the garden. So God will let things happen. So don't let this freak you out. But we know our information about crystals, gemstones, makeup, anything with like machinery and stuff like that, because Earth was a much different place back then, like way back then. After basically, it was before the flood. There we go. So it's the Book of Enoch. So the Watchers basically, and Watchers by name, have flat out taught us. Yeah, it was before. This is pre-flood. This is actually one of the reasons why God flooded the world. Is because the fallen angels came down from heaven, and I'm making sure I say it 100% correct. They came down from heaven. They slept with human women. They basically integrated themselves into society, which is not okay. That is not what God had in store for us. So, and then it made Nephilim, the men of renown. It made these humans that were not supposed to be on Earth, or superhumans. They're like half human, half angels, half demons, basically, because there's demons, and it was making a very horrible place for us. And as this was going on, the Watchers taught makeup, they taught crystals, they taught jewelry, diamonds, etc. So basically, all of society, of how we know it, is influenced by Watchers. So basically, Watchers they're basically a set of angels that God said, hey, I'd like you to watch over humans. They're like, sure, okay. And then they were bad to begin with, but they just challenge each other and say, go down to Earth and I want to see if you can do this. And like, oh, well, God's not really looking. He's kind of busy right now. Let's just do our thing. Probably whatever. And I don't know what was going through their minds, but they're like, maybe they thought that they could just get away with it. They thought that God would have some kind of mercy on it. So they taught humans astrology. They taught humans about makeup and a whole bunch more. So what we know and this is actually, God let it happen because he kind of wanted us to have it, but the thing is, in a way of just kind of testing us to see what we do with the information. It's kind of like, it's knowledge. So he wanted us to have this knowledge, but he let us get a hold of this knowledge in a very, very wild way. But God works in wild ways, so too bad. But this is how we learn about astrology and crystals. It's because of the Watchers. But it wasn't taught accurately, like fully accurate. It was taught pretty well, but the real secrets were kept away, because God even said to these Watchers, I taught you useless information. I basically taught you nothing. You know nothing compared to what's actually being. And they were crying, and they got chained under the earth, but they were crying. They were in agony. They begged for his forgiveness. God said, nope, I will not hear your cries in Sheol, under the crust of the earth. So that's the thing. You have to really pay attention to what we know about crystals now. That's why humans cannot grasp information about crystals. We just don't know. We really just don't know most things about crystals. It's like, oh, we think we do, but we don't. So and herbs are completely, like, very simple compared to crystals. Crystals is advanced spirituality. That's why most people do not get crystals right. They'll be wearing crystals and they just use them wrong. The best way to wear gemstones is around the neck. You see people just wearing them as bracelets. If they have to, that's okay, but they're not doing as much unless they're around the neck. So you really have to understand that there's so much more to crystals than we know about. So God literally asked his high priest Aaron in the Bible, Exodus 28, to wear them around his neck, on his chest, to wear them as vestments. God didn't say, I want you to wear these as bracelets. He said, wear it around your neck, around your chest. 12 of them. He said, mix them. Mix the gemstones. God literally gave exact instructions on what to do. Like, most people don't realize that, oh, green crystals is evil. Okay, you're not getting into heaven if you don't like crystals. Because heaven's mostly crystals. It's literally mostly crystals. You can't stand crystals. Number one, that's God's creation. You're telling God, I don't like what you like, so I'm not gonna have anything to do with what you like. Okay, he's gonna be like, fine. You decide that on your own. So unless you drop your ego and get past that, then that's that. But basically, and yeah, a secret about crystals. Most of what we know about crystals is from the angels in heaven, because in heaven there was a lot of crystals. So they came down here when they really weren't supposed to come down and intermingle like that. And they taught what they knew about crystals that God let them know, which there's different parts to heaven. I'm not going to tell you too much about heaven, but heaven's pretty big. So there's not, I mean, I'm going to give you a secret, because this is a very advanced video. Not everyone has the same amount of knowledge in heaven. No one just goes to heaven and knows everything. It's still a journey. So that's why you have some ancestors who are a little more upgraded than other ones, because you do a lot of learning in heaven. So let me tell you guys this. There's people who think that they could just do whatever on planet Earth. This is another secret, because Jesus, the Holy Spirit, and my angels allow me to teach this. If you think you're just going to screw around on Earth and get yourself into trouble, and then you're just going to casually get into heaven, you're going to have a different heaven. There are strict parts of heaven, like very strict. You will literally be told, okay, you have to study for like 20 years because you messed up on Earth. It's like, you literally, you're just to read all day and night and as to why what you did was wrong. And if you don't like it, you can go to Sheol. So that's a giant secret. Because I see people just constantly messing up here. So that's just a little bit of secret. So I'm talking about the background of gemstones. I can't go into too much into the secrets of heaven at all, unless they tell me to, but they said to talk about just the secrets of gemstones in this video. So when it comes to gemstones, they're very sacred. They're literally all throughout heaven. So they're holy. Gemstones can only be used for good. Crystals are literally technology. When we start finding out about aliens, technology. They don't have God, so they just use technology. Does it surprise any of you? What are people doing in this current day society? So you gotta ask yourself, what have you been using crystals for? It's like, our brain is a CPU. Our brain is literally, our thalamus is exactly like a CPU. So when you understand that these crystals, everyone has different chakras. You have over 112 different chakras in your body. People are like, what about the 7? You have chakras inside of chakras. So knowledge about spirituality and crystals is very advanced. So basically what you have to understand is, when you have this knowledge about gemstones, like, people don't really know what to do with it. You're supposed to heal yourself and others with it. So if you're trying to use crystal information to get ahead, do it to the Lord. Your crystal information is, I mean, the thing is, if you're trying to use crystals without God, they'll work for you to push you closer to God. The people who crystals work for the best, people of God. People of God. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. If you're trying to use crystals without the help of Jesus, you're going to kind of be spinning your wheels. You'll be in like the same place over and over. You're just like, what's going on? So that's why, I mean, crystals, and that's why I prescribe custom necklaces. You guys have different energies. You think one custom necklace is going to be, one gemstone is going to fix everyone's problems? No, it's about what's in your aura. It's about what's in your energy field. So people are like, well, I got a different custom necklace than that person. Then you all get different custom necklaces when you go to FloridaStoneman.com. So you really have to realize that, for example, you have different traumas, you have different pasts, you have different strengths, you have different gifts, you have different everything. One crystal addresses a whole bunch of factors, but, like, for example, that might just not help you. It just might not help you. So, for example, citrine is the money stone, but not for everyone. Maybe it's pyrite. Maybe you're missing pyrite and not citrine. It's like, oh. It's like, why is that? It's because maybe your goals had to have been organized from the sacral chakra and not the solar plexus chakra. So crystals are incredibly advanced. You want to know how crazy crystals get? They do different things on every chakra. That's why it's best to wear them around the neck. And when you have your crystals as bracelets, they're powerful, but they're more like manifesting tools. Like, because to be more of a healing tool, you want to put it around your neck. it's like, I mean, manifesting tools as in, it's kind of like your hand is almost like you send and receive, so you're channeling one of the two energies when you have that bracelet on, unless you have them on both sides. So if I cut off, I mean, not me, if someone takes off your hand and you're to live, you just don't have a hand now. But if someone were to attack right here, you're done. So they're strong, and literally God said it in the Bible to Aaron, the high priest, put them around your neck, put them on your chest, and to pass them down to your generations. He was strict about it too. He's like, do this. So what do crystals do put together? And I'm talking about some information people don't know about crystals. That's why I don't teach crystal information like that. You cannot generalize it. Some of them you kind of can. Some of them I do based off experiences. So it's tough to generalize. Citrine's not just a money stone. I know people who've had the biggest gifts opened by citrine on their crown, or citrine as a choker. You can open your throat chakra with a crystal such as ruby. It'll give you dragon's breath. It'll just be like, whenever you talk, or whenever you walk around, people just be like, wow, that's the most beautiful person in the world, and I would like to talk to them. I like to be around them. So that's the thing. Crystals work completely different from different people. Now, that's why I don't make as many crystal videos like that. It's because it's too open-ended. I'll talk about some crystals coming up in the future, but citrine, the information online is not fully accurate information, because citrine is not a money crystal for everyone. It's definitely the money stone. It's on the vibration of wealth, but it's helping you guys unlock different aspects of joy, light, abundance. It puts a spotlight on you. But people think that when they have the citrine on them, it'll just bring the money goes to the stone. No, it aligns your energy and it fixes to go to you, because the stone changed your vibration. So the crystals are about changing you. It's not about working on anything around you. It's about working on you. So I see people, they'd like to have a lavish love life, and they're miserable, but they don't realize they're their problem. For example, I seen a video of a woman like, oh, screw these men. She said much worse. She was mouthing off bad words and stuff like, oh, these men. And I think the same thing about men and women, men with men, women with women, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's 2025. But that's the thing. People think, oh, I can't find love in my life because of this. It's you. It's you. So if you acknowledge that and you fixed it, and you understand your energy is either healing someone or hurting someone. There's no neutral. You can't be around someone and it's just neutral. Something's happening. Like you're either, if you drink water, you're gonna have water in you, or if you don't drink water, you're gonna be thirsty. It's like one of the two. Something's gonna happen. If you don't eat, then you'll be hungry. If you eat, you'll have food in you. You won't be hungry. Well, something's happening. Something's always happening. So, for example, when you wear a love crystal, a secret about love crystals is that they have nothing to do with changing anyone but you. So a lot of people have a concept on love because they've been hurt. Or you see people in public, when they look at you, they're like, well, if you actually read that person's mind, they probably cried before they did that, because they feel like no one loves them and they want to share that feeling with the world. And that's actually very contagious. When I see someone like that, I'll pray for them. I'm just like, oh, whatever. It's like, who cares? But if you don't understand, then it's contagious. So people are passing on their traumas through mental telepathy, and the love crystals such as rose quartz stop that. So rose quartz, you shouldn't think of as a love crystal, but it does help with love. What's it called? Citrine, it's good for a money crystal, but it fixes you to align your vibration to money. The reason you want to know why green aventurine is the biggest lottery winning stone ever? And you can easily win a state lottery. Let's just say that more than once. But that's the thing. You want to know why green aventurine makes you win lottery? It's because the energies of the lottery are not to be taken seriously. It's just a game. It's a stupid game. It's a stupid game. It's stupid. It's literally nonsensical. When you get to heaven, you're gonna be like, oh, that didn't really make any sense. Yeah, there's money behind it, but if you attach yourself to the money, it's just like you lost the game, because it's not even real. It's a stimulation. It's a matrix. So green aventurine helps you not care. You can just be like, whatever, I don't care. And when that happens, you actually magnetize it towards you faster because you just didn't care. It's like when you do win, and you win something very major, you're not even surprised. You're like, oh, cool, nice, maybe do it again. It's just fun. So when you win the lottery, it's like, oh, cool. I kind of knew that was gonna happen, but let's do it again. It's kind of fun. So it's not like I need this. Yeah, I need this money. Yeah, I rebuke that energy. So you need to love yourself. You need to have fun. Most importantly, you need to move closer to Jesus, because Jesus loves you, and He'll help you. Anything you ask Jesus, He'll actually help you. Anything you ask, He'll fully help you. There is nothing you don't ask Jesus and He will not help you with. He'll 100% ask and it shall be given, seek and ye shall find, knock and it shall be open unto thee. Everyone will ask and receive it, and whom seek and find, and knock and it shall be open unto him. Whatever you ask Jesus for, He'll help you with. So the secret about gemstones is they heal you. Every gemstone's healing. It's not even about, just think of healing plus. Selenite is, just think of every gemstone as, do not look at the world as around you as the gemstones changing the world. They all just change, they filter you. You get filtered into a new version. Blue chalcedony, it makes you calmer. You're like, oh, it makes other people more compassionate because you're calm and they feel your energy. Green aventurine or rose quartz attracts love because you become lovable. You're not repulsive to people because you have past trauma. Amethyst, it calms people down because you're calm. Let's go down this list. Turquoise, it makes it fun to talk to people because you're fun to talk to, because you healed yourself in that aspect. Every crystal is just an aspect of healing. That's it. Black tourmaline, it heals your energy because it protects it. So it's protecting your frequency. It's putting you at the frequency protection. It's making you feel grounded and safe. And then after that, the black tourmaline acts as a shield. If you don't feel safe and you don't trust in the tourmaline, you're going to attack the tourmaline. So if you have any questions, ask them in the comment section. Get a custom necklace or a tourmaline necklace on my website. Don't miss out on that necklace. That necklace is powerful. It's blessed by Jesus, the Holy Spirit, my beautiful angels, the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. It's a strong necklace. If you don't have the necklace, you are missing out, because it's a lifestyle that you don't even imagine for yourself. Till then, I'll see you guys next time. Ciao.